asked you about Jeremiah. You kind of wanted to see him a bit against Big Ten competition. Now that at the Oregon, or a few Big Ten games, what stands out about the way he's made this jump and continued to impress?
Yeah, I think if he was a senior or a junior, he'd be top 5 draft pick. Everything I heard about him, Coach Day told me all about him, and Heartline, and it is what it is. He's as good as advertised. So it's very rare to see. You see like the player at Alabama, but you just never see someone so big as Jeremiah. So he's got an incredible future.
You guys are celebrating the 2014 championship this weekend. Just what does that mean to you? What kind of memories does that bring back?
Yeah, we had a little fundraiser last night for the Buckeye Kids for Cancer last night. A bunch of them were there, and Tyvis and Curtis Grant kind of ran it. Mike Bennett was there. And then tonight we're having something at Jeff Ruby's, about 40 players, I understand, and then we're going to celebrate it here. They have a nice video they put together, and then obviously they're going to walk on the field. So it's hard to believe that it's been 10 years, and as I told the crowd last night, when you really evaluate, that was probably the most improbable national title when you're playing with the third-string quarterback. It never happened before, and I don't think you'll ever see that again.
You guys obviously, faced some adversity in that season. Now, this Ohio State team has to bounce back as they're trying to chase a championship. What's your advice to Ryan Day, to this team, about how they can kind of overcome that and still chase their championship goals?
Yeah, I had a rule: you never even mention the word national championship. The words national championship, just don't say that. You got enough to worry about. So I still think they have the best talent in the country. I think they were 1 yard short against Oregon. It's not time to panic. It's time to get better. And you were exposed a little bit in pass defense, so the corner's got to play better. You got to get more pressure on the quarterback. But those are all fixable things. So I don't anticipate there's panic. I mean, it's pissed off, but I don't think there's panic.
What are the biggest things that just impress you about this Ohio State team so far this season?
A to Z. I made a comment that the super teams, there's 3 or 4 of them this year. You just don't see a weakness, because the transfer portal fixes it. I made a comment that even like our 2014 team, and I'm using an example, our right guard struggles after spring, he's still going to struggle in the fall because you can't wave your arms and all of a sudden you got a new player. Now you can't. So I just don't think there's any weaknesses on the Georgia. Right now it's Georgia, Oregon, and Ohio State. I just don't. Show me a weakness, and I'll say it's not maybe, don't say our defensive ends are weakness here, because they're not. You just got to do things a little different, a little better.
As a former receivers coach, why do you think that position now, there have been guys like Ryan Williams at Alabama, Jeremiah Smith, it seems like guys at a young age are making an impact in college.
I think we kind of started it a little bit when you got the Lave and you got Mike Thomas. Now they were a little bit under the. We got Mike, we got Terry McLaurin, Paris Campbell, Devin Smith, and then we hit on Garrett Wilson and Olave. And then from that point forward, I think Brian Hartline's arguably the best recruiter in college football in the last 20 years. And he's a former player. He's got street credibility because he was a self-made player in the NFL, and he works his ass off at recruiting. So, first of all, the tradition started. He's taken it to a new level.
Look ahead at you guys are going to be here for the Michigan game, and the way Michigan struggled a bit this year. Do you still feel like Ohio State can kind of get that sense of still ending that streak and kind of getting a bit of revenge this year?
I can't wait for that one. It's going to be I will. There's no chance we'll see shirts that say revenge. We saw that one time when the other team wore the whatever. Remember the revenge tour?
Yeah.
That didn't work out. So there's no revenge. Just go beat that team.
You mentioned with the defense, but what do you think they can do to generate more pressure with the players they have?
Oh, I think there's first of all, I think they played a little bit too many plays. They played almost double what they played the first 5 games. 60 plays is a lot for DNs, so they got to get a little rotation going. And then also, you just saw a lot of space between the interior D-line and the ends. And Dylan Gabriel was able to step up in the pocket. When you step up in the pocket, that's not good. That's obviously. So there's got to be a cooperation or correlation between this and this. And when there is, there's sacks. You'll see that. We'll get better.